3 key institutions with representation on the National Media Commission, and I stress, with representation on the National Media Commission, NMC. I've invited you here to address some pertinent issues in the country's media landscapes, particularly the recent cases of assault on journalists and related matters. We are here to express grave concerns at the recent attacks on media practitioners and organizations. The phenomenon is alarmingly increasing in frequency, and as a media fraternity, we cannot sit aloof and allow the situation to get out of hands. The 1992 Constitution clearly states the right, freedoms, and independence of the media and how we are practiced without any form of control, interference, or hindrance. There are other existing laws that govern the work of the media and its practitioners in Ghana. Moreover, as media practitioners, we are enjoined by our responsibility to constantly inform and educate our audience of happenings in the country. It will be recorded that on Saturday, October 7, 2023, during United Television's UTV's primetime entertainment show, United Showbiz, some activists of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, invaded the studio of UTV, disrupting the live program, assaulting 2 employees of the station, and further threatening to assault the hostess and guests on the show. The Ghana Journalists Association, GJA, the Independent Broadcasters Association, GIBA, and the Private Newspaper and Online Publishers Association of Ghana, PRIMPAC, have taken note of the ruling by the Achimota District Court on the 16 hooligans who were arrested and prosecuted for attacking the studios of UTV. On Monday, October 16th, 2023, the hooligans were charged with the offense of conspiracy to commit crime and rioting and arraigned before the Achimota District Court, which found them guilty of the offense. We wish to commend the police and the court for the speedy prosecution and conviction as we are demanded in the wake of the attack. In a similar case, in respect of an attack on Dagbon Radio in Tamale early May this year, the police and the Tamale District Court had prosecuted and determined the case speedily. However, while commending the police and the court for the speedy prosecution and conviction, we are of the opinion that under the circumstances and based on video evidence of the happenings on that fateful evening, the charges preferred against them were not far-reaching because their actions should have resulted in the investigation and attraction of the following charges. And I name them. 1. Unlawful entry. 2. Rioting. 3. Rioting with weapons. 4. Assault and battery. 5. Causing harm. 6. Threat of harm. 7. Unlawful assembly. 8. Offensive conduct conducive to breach of the peace. 9. Forcible entry. And 10. Allegedly carrying offensive weapons. The charges of conspiracy to commit crime and rioting, in our opinion, are inadequate, soft-handed, and minimalistic, to say the least. We acknowledge that the judge has the discretion of either imposing a custodial sentence or fine, which is also a form of punishment under our criminal jurisprudence, which may have informed the magistrate to opt for the imposition of a fine. It is our view that the option of fine imposed is not deterrent enough. That may largely be due to the fact that the charge preferred by the police were not thorough enough. We believe if all the offenses mentioned above had been investigated and preferred against the tax, stiffer punishments would have been imposed on them than the fine of 200 penalty units each. We appeal to the judiciary to consider offences against the media as aggravating offences, especially when these actions are premeditated, because such actions have the tendency to put fear in the media, leading to self-censorship and thus promoting the culture of silence, which is inimical to the concept of media freedom and independence as guaranteed by the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. Nevertheless, the media fraternity has been vindicated on our position that what happened on that fateful evening was reprehensible, to say the least. At this stage, we, the leadership of all media associations, are aware that the options available to us is to consider supporting our affected members, to either urge the prosecution to consider appealing against the sentence or criticize the decision. We have, however, referred the matter to our lawyers for advice on the way forward. The court has spoken, and we, as law-abiding citizens, accept the decision of the court, believing that this will serve as a signal to all and sundry that never again should anybody attempt to attack a media practitioner or a media organization for whatever reason, since there are laid down procedures for seeking redress in the event of media breaches. Again, on Friday, October 13, 2023, while carrying out her duties as a journalist and reporter covering the vetting of the parliamentary candidate Ofo of the National Democratic Congress in the Ododio constituency in the Greater Accra region, a City FM reporter was assaulted. These incidents should be widely condemned and treated with the repulsion they deserve. Earlier this week, leadership of the media umbrella bodies paid a courtesy call on the management of City FM City TV to obtain first-hand information on the attack on their female reporter or staff. Till date, there has been no statement or update from the police on whether they are getting closer to arresting the people who attacked the reporter. We call on the police to act swiftly to ensure that the culprits are brought to book. Finally, we recognize that public enlightenment is the forerunner of justice and the foundation of democracy. As such, our duty as media practitioners is to seek the truth always and provide a fair and comprehensive account of events and issues through thoroughness and honesty. Much is expected of the media in carrying out our role as watchdogs of society, and this should be undertaken with a high sense of integrity without infringing on the rights of individuals and the society in general. We would therefore like to use this opportunity to caution all media practitioners and media organizations to prioritize their personal security, desist from engaging in excesses or allowing their platform to be used to fan or inflame by broadcast programs, language, passions, and activities that have the tendency to lead to the breach of the peace we all need for our socio-economic development. We wish to remind all media practitioners that media freedoms come with responsibilities. The framers of the 1992 Constitution, for good reason, included the responsibilities of the media in the same chapter 12, enjoining all media practitioners to be reasonable in practicing the profession in the interest of national security, public order, public morality, and for the purpose of protecting the reputations, rights, and freedom of other persons. This, therefore, implies that no media platform, be it traditional or virtual, has the right to infringe on the rights of any person or seek to malign, disrespect, or tarnish the image and integrity of a person. There are more refined ways of expressing an opinion or disagreement without resorting to use of insulting and degrading language on our platforms or allowing ourselves to be used to propagate such unpleasantries. The GJA Code of Ethics, the GhanaWeb Code of Conduct, and other rules and regulations clearly provide direction on how to practice the media profession in a decorous manner. In conclusion, our media platforms are not marketplaces for insult or the propagation of hate speech, but for the exchange of ideas.